I'm Stephanie, and welcome to Whine Club. This is the playlist where I drink good wine while I whine about bad books. And today's offender is A Death at the Party by Amy Stuart. But let's see what the book promised to be about before I dive into all the reasons I'm whining about it today. Nadine Walsh's summer garden party is in full swing. The neighbors all have cocktails, the catered food is exquisite, everything's going according to plan. But Nadine, devoted wife, loving mother, and doting daughter, finds herself standing over a dead body in her basement while her guests clink glasses upstairs. What happened? How did it come to this? Rewind to that morning when Nadine is in her kitchen making last-minute preparations before she welcomes more than 100 guests to her home to celebrate her mother's birthday. But her husband is of little help to her, her two grown children are consumed with their own concerns, and her mother, only her mother, knows that today isn't just a birthday party. It marks another anniversary as well. Still, Nadine will focus just on tonight. Everyone deserves a celebration after the year they've had. A chance for fun. A chance to forget. But it's hard to forget when Nadine's head is swirling with secrets, haunting memories, and concerns about what might happen when her guests unite. So, like I said in the June reading room, I got this from the Book Drop as part of their thriller book subscription service, and the thrills were far and few between. I also want to say that my review is completely about the work, not about Amy Stuart as a person. I applaud any author that gets their work out there, and I'm sure she is a lovely person, but this book could have used some work. So I took this on vacation thinking it would be a really fun read for the plane ride. It was not. I wanted to throw this book out the window when I was done, because what the hell is this ending? Like, it ends up being, oh yeah, spoiler alert, I'm going to be revealing major things about this book while I'm talking about it. So it ends up being that Teddy, this character that's just kind of on the outside, is just a pervert and always has been and goes after young girls. Did we get any clues that this was going to be the big twist and who the dead guy was at the beginning of the book? Because the book starts off with her killing the guy, or at least finding him on his way to death, and kind of just ignoring it, and oh, okay, like, as we read the book, okay, it could be this guy, could be that guy, could be this guy. But we never got any clues. Like, we are literally just following Nadine throughout the whole story. Like, for this to be the twist of who gets killed and for the reason they get killed, I don't know, maybe I'm a bad person, but it felt really weak. Like, I truly thought that the twist was going to be that we'd find out that Nadine had killed Colleen, or, maybe her mother had, and that's what really inspired her writing streak. To have it be this character that's on the periphery that Nadine somewhat happens to piece together the minuscule clues is annoying as hell. Like, give me some real detective work. Even Girl on the Train did better than this. I also have to say, there are so many red herrings and creepy characters that kind of just turned out to not really add up or go anywhere. So I guess everyone in this town that's around them just sucks and is creepy. Like, at least if you're gonna give a red herring, like, give me some sort of payoff. I also have to say that just the overall plot of the story is blah. We're mostly following Nadine as she runs errands for this party, freaks out, runs some errands, acts strange, then runs more errands before going to the party and killing someone. What? The whole book spans over an entire day of her running errands and getting ready to kill someone? I don't think the guy even dies until, like, page 280 of, like, 300 pages. I don't know. This ending really made me mad. As soon as I was done with the book, I just sat there fuming. I also have to say, we know that she's curious, Nadine, since that's who we're following through this stupid book. She's curious about Colleen and what happened to her aunt, who then we later find out is really her sister, or half-sister at least. But it was really hard to feel on the same level as Nadine, as she's acting like she's lost her mind and trying to figure out this Colleen mystery all of a sudden. Like, I swear it's supposed to be like 30 some years have passed between Colleen's strange death and the party now. I don't know. I really wish that Nadine had more depth to her. She obviously loves her family, but I feel so detached from her. Like, what are her motivations? She says that she and her mom are like super duper close, but then later she's glaring at her mom and telling us, the readers, that she absolutely hates her. Like, okay. Like, the book acts like 1 + 1 = 94. There's just so many things that like Nadine will think or do that just, they don't make sense. I mean, Nadine really annoyed me, which really makes it hard to keep reading the book. I don't like her. I don't understand her or the choices she makes. Because again, the book makes it read like she killed Colleen or something. And she hates that her mom became a famous writer, making it harder for her to get away with the crime and trying to be this perfect woman to cover up her true nature. But nope, she just ends up realizing that Teddy was a creep and Colleen and her daughter's friend, or being a creep to Colleen and her daughter's friend, and just easily kills him. Like, I truly didn't know if Nadine was supposed to be an unreliable narrator or if she just has some serious issues she needs to work on. Her anxiety read really over the top. And again, she just kind of comes off as an unhinged human being. Like, she's sweating profusely and just like zoning out, and it doesn't add up. Like, there's no catalyst for her to be acting this way. Like, it's not like she remembers something. Or again, it's not that she actually killed Colleen and is trying to hide this massive secret that has just been building up. Like, it feels like it comes out of nowhere. I also still have questions about Nadine's whole, like, hip breaking subplot. Like, I honestly thought we'd find out that Paul was telling their son Damien the truth or something scandalous about his mom, and that's why he didn't reach for her when she fell. But we never return to that moment in time. Like, it's kind of just brought up, and it means nothing. Her hip issues don't even impede her or make it harder for her to kill Teddy. So what was the point of talking about her shattered hip all the time? Why do we spend so much time and repetition about her hip when nothing comes out of it? Chekhov's gun. Heard of it, Stuart? I guess I was just hoping for more. More of Nadine doing the real detective work to figure out the truth of what happened to Colleen, who Teddy really was and what he was covering up, and just being more of a sinister person herself in a way. I can't forgive Stuart for writing Nadine and Marilyn as being so secretive and close and almost acting like co-conspirators on something to, nope, they're just kind of a unique mother-daughter pair. Or like, I'd even take Teddy and his friends, especially Nadine's husband, knowing more than they let on. Like, they knew what really happened, but were just protecting Nadine from the truth. It just, again, all these characters are acting so shady and suspicious, when at the end of the day, only Teddy is the one who has to be suspicious about anything. So just, it doesn't, the red herrings don't end up paying off, and the distractions don't end up paying off. Again, everyone in this town just kind of sucks. I also have to say that I'm getting really annoyed with authors, and maybe it's not the author's fault, it's the publishers, branding works as a thriller to get it to sell more. But this is not a thriller. This was suspenseful drama, at best. I was not thrilled when I was done with this book. This was a hot mess of a book, and I did not like it. I want my thrillers to keep me turning the page and questioning what I really know about the characters and their motivations. And I did not feel that way going to the corner store for cigarettes with Nadine for the 9th time in a row. I don't care. I don't care about Nadine, and I don't care about her errands. Get to the actual death at a party, as the title tells me. Again, I so would have preferred for this to be Nadine using the party to cover up her murder, like she could have done with Colleen. Like, just the way she kept dropping hints about how much she hates her mother and, oh, how dare she keep these secrets from me. I kind of, if we hadn't known that it was Man who died at the beginning, I honestly would have expected that it was Nadine plotting to kill Marilyn the same way she killed Colleen, using the party as a way to cover it up. It would have been a bookend to the opening and a bookend to the end. As it stands now, I don't know. I don't get it. There's so much wasted potential in this book. It could have been good if we just weren't following Nadine around and there was more focus on the death at the party. I'm going to talk about the ending again because this really made me mad. The ending is infuriating and supremely rushed. I was so mad when I finished the book. Like, she basically kills the guy, goes upstairs, and mingles with her guests. That's it? That's it? That's it? Like, she just goes up and, tee-hee, I just killed someone, but I'm gonna go show my daughter, mother, and niece that I love them and will always support them. Like, this is really a story about mother-daughter bonds. Okay? Like, that's not what I was promised. I expected a thriller about a death at a party. I also have to say, I did not care for being in Nadine's head as she encounters other people of the town, as it kind of seems like she holds them in such contempt. She is annoyed by practically every single person she comes across and looks down her nose at them and seems annoyed that they dare intrude upon her life with their own existence. I truly do wonder if in another draft, Nadine was the killer, but she knows it was wrong and is trying to fit in and be this perfect version of who she thinks she should be, but is cracking under the pressure and can't stop her true desires from surfacing, and she really does hate everyone. I mean, really, lean into it. Make her some sort of female Patrick Bateman and really lean into it. It might be dark, sure, but it's better than what we got, because what we got doesn't really add up at the end of the day in terms of plot, motivations, or characterization. I mean, even Marilyn can't escape the curse of this. We find out that Colleen was really her daughter, and yet she doesn't really seem fazed by Colleen's death. She just wants to forget it and leave Colleen buried in the past. You would think she'd want to talk to Nadine about it after the truth comes out, but nope, she just smiles and cries about some family bonding that they're doing at the end. Okay, again, this ties back to the ending being really rushed, and we never really get a conclusion or an idea of how everyone's going to fare after the death that happens at the party. That happens way late at the party. I also feel that there were just too many loose ends or things that we'll never get answers to. Like, is the character of Seymour also a creep? Are Lionel and Daphne actually happy? What's going to happen to Marvin now? What will happen to Julian, who played such a big role, but then turned into a lamp with how much he contributed to the story at the end? He basically provides the catalyst for a lot of the action that happens before we actually enter the story. But then he kind of just fades into the background after mwahahaing and telling his bad plan. Like, say what? Like, make him a real character then. Honestly, at the end, it just felt like Stuart was done with the book and wanted to move on to the next project and just wiped her hands clean of this. I don't know. It felt like she was just like, I revealed who the dead guy was and everyone is smiling, so that's an ending, right? No, I don't know. I want more. I'm less than pleased with the rushed ending and the lack of tension throughout. Again, we are going to the cheese shop. We are going to the corner store for cigarettes. We're going back to the corner store. We're running to Paul's work to pick up some shirts or insulin, or we're just running around the town. The book is titled A Death at the Party. Can you actually just show me the party or why this guy deserves to die? We'll see if I try Stuart's work again, but as of right now, I just have too many other books on my to-be-read shelf to actively seek out further work from her. But again, maybe another book by her would be better, but right now, I'm just not interested in it. So tell me, did you read A Death at the Party? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next time at Whine Club. Make her some sort of female Patrick Bateman